Welcome back. This is part 2 of my first Jiu-Jitsu competition. If you haven't watched part 1, this is how my first match went. So it's time for the second match. And of course I had to channel my inner
Location.
so I decided to pull guard. But this one is understandable as they only gave me a 5-minute break between both matches. So we spin around for a little bit here. I think he was trying to get the knee on belly, but I used my underhook to get on my knees. We stay in this position for a little bit until he tries to get on my back, but I retain my guard. You could hear his coach telling me to put some pressure on me, and he did not want to give me any time to recover. I underhooked the leg here and I could have transitioned to X guard, but I was just too tired to think at the time. I just stay here for a little bit trying to recover, and then I go for the single leg X. I get the sweep, but I can't come up on top, so I don't get any points. We stay here for a little bit until the ref decided to get in the way, so I'll just skip forward. Nothing interesting happened until now, until I go for another single leg X and nearly get the sweep this time. I saw an opportunity for a triangle, but it wasn't there. So now we go back to him trying to pass my guard and me trying to survive again. So this goes on for about half a minute until I finally decide to go for a sweep, which would have never worked. But desperate times call for desperate measures. So I sit on my bum once again, and then the referee resets us in the middle. So I had a moment of just rethinking all my life decisions, but we carry on. So after this little break, we go back to him passing my guard. Here I managed to get underneath him, went under his leg and tried to get on the back, but he was quick to recover, and now we're back to guard passing. I managed to close my full guard, and I felt quite confident at this point. I knew I had enough submissions and sweeps from this position to get something happen and maybe win the match. So once again, I go for another bad sweep, and he manages to base out. So he stands up and I try to grab the legs, but I couldn't manage. So we sit in my close guard as we're both pretty exhausted at this point. I go for another sweep, and this one was a lot better, but I didn't grab the sleeve. So we end up getting into a little scramble until I see an opportunity to lock up a triangle. I grab the shin, cut the angle, and start pulling on the head. But the problem was his right arm was in the way. I thought I could finish it this way, but he wasn't tapping. So I just move it to the side and just squeeze and get the tap. I'm so happy I managed to win this match and also get my first submission in a real competition. So once again, I get my hand raised and we're on to the final. Just don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for part 3, which is by far the most entertaining match out of all of them.